Hello, everybody, and welcome to Avon High School, the site of tonight's Section 5 boys basketball matchup between the host Avon Braves and the visiting Dansville Mustangs. My name is Alex Brasky, here to take you through tonight's action on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network, joined by Mia Laughlin, who will be running the scoreboard tonight, making my life a bit easier. So thank you to Mia. Thank you for joining us. We're excited for a good game here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. Before we get too deep into tonight's broadcast, we'd like to thank our sponsors, beginning with our scoreboard sponsor, and that is Casella Waste. Are you looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster, or roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste and check out their great rates on local waste removal. Casella is your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs and is always putting your waste to work. Call 585-308-0662 today for a quote. Also, Genesee Community College. Genesee, your path. GCC offers 60-plus affordable academic programs and over 120 scholarships for you to begin your next journey. Apply for free at genesee.edu/apply or call 866-CALL-GCC today. Also, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Check out their website, empiretractor.com, or visit in person right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds. We'll pause for a moment for the national anthem. We'd also like to thank Jessica Best, licensed real estate salesperson for Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, offering a positive attitude and a professional realtor experience. Don't let Jessica's smile fool you. She's a force to be reckoned with. Your best friend in real estate, contact Jessica Best today. Also, Competitive Edge basketball spring training registration is now open. CEB training sessions begin Wednesday, March 8th at Mount Morris Central School. Register at competitiveedgebasketball.org. Any questions, please contact Josh Harder at 585-233-4004. Also, Vonglis Enterprises, LLC, is a fully insured company that offers free estimates for every job. At Vonglis, they specialize in septic system installation and repairs along with water line installation. Check them out on Facebook or call them at 585-471-4240. Also, R.A. Heights Company Incorporated is owned by Richard Wendt and is a family business established in 1945. At R.A. Heights, they specialize in residential and commercial roofing, metal roofing, gutter, siding, windows, copper work, and sheet metal fabrication. All right, so we're just about underway here at Avon High School, the site of tonight's Section 5 boys basketball matchup between the host Avon Braves and the visiting Dansville Mustangs. Once again, my name is Alex Brasky, and joined by Mia Laughlin on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. The starting lineups have been introduced. 8 minutes on the clock here in the first quarter. We're just about set to tip it up between the Braves, who come into this game at 13-3, and the Mustangs, who come into this game at 11-5. So it should be a good one between two talented teams within the Livingston Conference. Ball is up. We're ready to go here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. On the Casella Waste scoreboard, You see Avon on the left, Dansville on the right. And that's how we'll start tonight's game on your screen. We saw Dansville earlier this season on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network going up against a Class B opponent in Livonia. Dansville took an early lead but failed to hold it as they withered away down the stretch, allowed Livonia to storm back from a 15-point deficit and take the win inside the Bulldogs' house. That was about a month ago. And Dansville once again facing a formidable opponent, this time within Class C in the Avon Braves. We've seen them previously on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. As you see the three ball there from Josh Harder to give the Braves an early lead. Harder recently set a Section 5 boys basketball single game record for three-pointers in a game with 14. A win earlier this year over Mount Morris. And we saw Avon previously on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network during their win over Geneseo, an 8-point victory over the Blue Devils. Avon was up by 15 in that game, allowed Geneseo to storm back and cut it to within 3 down the stretch, but were able to outlast the visiting Blue Devils and take home the 8-point win. So a turnover for Dansville there. It will go back to the Braves now as they work against some full court pressure here put forth by Dansville. Harder, quick first step, able to get by the Mustangs defender, gets it back off the rebound. That went to Michael Rowland. Harder attacking the basket, no good, he's fouled. And looks like he'll head to the line for 2 shots. Foul called against Ethan Canfield for Dansville. The starters for Dansville: Ethan Canfield, Tyler Harris, Colin Gray, Dawson Wadsworth, and Reed Martin. While the starters for Avon, you see Harder at the line. Saw Rowland come over to slap hands with him first. Hudson Volpe coming over to slap hands with him second. And near midcourt, you have Trevor Stroud and Lee Hartke. Head coach for Dansville, Dave Moody, longtime head coach and athletic director at Dansville. While head coach for Avon is Rob Freeze, multi-sport coach here at Avon. Multiple state championships and multiple sports to Freeze's record. So a high-profile coaching matchup, a high-profile matchup on the floor as well. And it's begun with a 4-point Avon lead. Hudson Volpe inside, working against Canfield, and he gets it to Rowland near the free throw line, who knocks down the jumper. 6-0 Braves. Dansville needs to get something going here soon. Avon is known to start quickly. That's what they did against Geneseo, led to a victory earlier on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. We'll see if Dansville can storm back here in the first. Stroud for 3, no good, around the rim and out. Rowland left alone underneath for the offensive rebound, but it was knocked out of his hands, and the Mustangs take back over. And another turnover committed by Dansville. Wadsworth throws it away. So we'll go back to the Braves here, and the Avon Gang Green, letting the Mustangs hear it. So 3 minutes into this game, 6-0. Avon in the lead as Lee Hartke jacks the 3 from the corner. No good. Volpe with the rebound inside, falls to the floor. No call for a travel. Instead, a jump ball is called, and it will go to the Mustangs. Not sure why a travel isn't called there. Not an expert on the rules. I don't claim to be, but oh, we'll stay with the Braves. My apologies. The possession arrow at the table was incorrect. So we'll stay with the Braves, and they come up empty now with the Mustangs. So during that game against Livonia, which we saw Dansville give away earlier this season, Colin Gray came up big for the Mustangs in that game. We'll see if he can lead them once again tonight. Tyler Harris, a sharpshooter as well for Dansville. So Avon will try their best to stay close to him, and Harris able to break free there, knock down the jumper, and get Dansville on the board. 6-2 timeout called by Coach Moody. He'd like to talk things over. A little bit of positivity brewing within his ranks. So 4-point lead for the Braves, 4:19 remaining in the first quarter. We'll tell you about our sponsors once again. Casella Waste, our scoreboard sponsor. Also Genesee Community College, Empire Tractor, Jessica Best, a licensed real estate salesperson at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Also Competitive Edge Basketball Spring Training, Bonglis Enterprises LLC, and RA Heights Company Incorporated. And take a quick look at the Avon cheerleaders and Avon Gang Green, the student section here at Avon High School. Impressive showing from both crews here tonight. And Avon quickly out of the timeout, moving quickly up the floor. Wasn't even able to get the camera around. But now they'll reset it with Harder controlling the action. Into the corner for Hartke. Lost it along the baseline. Into the hands of Dansville now. Pushing the pace for the Mustangs was Wadsworth. Sent it into the corner for Harris. He came up empty on the three. Now it's with Reed Martin. Martin tried the floater with the left hand from the second marker. He came up empty, and Dansville remains cold here in the early going. Although they trail it by just 4. Strong defensive effort from Dansville here against this high-powered Braves offense. Avon coming off a 2-game winning streak following a loss to Geneva on January 24th. In both of those wins, they've scored over 70 points. So as I said, a high-powered offense under head coach Rob Freese, while Dansville, as a travel is called, against the Braves. Dansville coming off a 3-game win streak. Wins over Leroy, Wayland Cohocton, and Bath Haberling following a 5-point loss to Class B2 leader Cornell on January 20th. And in those 3 wins, Dansville has averaged about 67 points per game. So the early going here, it's been a defensive struggle, but that has not been the case for these two teams this year. They have not had trouble putting the ball in the basket. But like I said, defense is the story in the early going, as you saw the offensive foul called against Gray. So here's Avon with that 4-point lead. Inside 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Harder rejected at the rim by Canfield. And now it's a loose ball into the backcourt. Avon comes up with it. Harder into the corner for Volpe. Nice pass to a cutting Rowland, but he missed the rim off glass. Here comes Wadsworth. Up the floor to Gray. Gray gets it back from Canfield. Tries the 3 and knocks it down. Dansville has withstood an early cold spell. They trail by 1 with 2:20 remaining in the first quarter. It's now the Braves who have gone ice cold on the offensive end. Three ball from Harder from the volleyball line, and he knocks it down. That's what Avon needed. Josh Harder drains the 3, and now some defense to boot from Lee Hartke. Gets it back from Harder and lays it in. What an individual effort there from Lee Hartke to improve Avon's lead to 6 points. So the big 3 from Gray answered quickly by 2 strong possessions from the Braves, and Harris tries the 3 on the other end for Dansville. Nothing doing for the Mustangs. Harder in the lane, he's fouled and somehow gets it to go. Boy, is this young man impressive. Harder in his second varsity season as a sophomore has taken the reins of this Avon offense to much success. As I said, 13-3, and a lot of that is due to the contributions from Harder this season, including that 14 3-pointer game against Mount Morris earlier this year. So 8-point lead for Avon now. Now make it 9 with 1:30 remaining here in the first. Harris to Gray at the top of the key. Over to Wadsworth on the wing. Guarded closely by Hartke. Now to the high post for Reed Martin. Harris gets it along the baseline. The floater doesn't have the touch. Rebound goes to Avon. Harder moving quickly now into the corner for Hartke. Almost was ushered out of bounds, but he's able to save it to Stroud, who knocks down the three from the top of the key. Avon heating up now to close the first quarter. A quick burst has given the Braves a 12-point lead with 45 seconds remaining in the first. Gray for three. Off the front of the rim. Canfield on the rebound to gain Dansville an extra possession. Wadsworth into the lane. And he gets the floater to go. Big bucket for the Mustangs. Shot clock is off here in the first quarter. They trail it by 10. They'll try to make the Braves go quickly here with the full court pressure, but Avon able to break it. Now they reset in the front court against the Mustangs 2-3 zone. It appears to be zone, may be fluctuating into man here, and Stroud goes crashing to the floor. He'll be fouled by Harris. Dansville wanted to travel as it appeared as if Harder just tripped over his own feet or perhaps got his feet tangled with Harris there. Some inadvertent contact led to Harder crashing down, but the officials saw it differently. Foul is called. Avon will keep it. As you saw, Avon's Coleman Dulgos checking out. He made a quick appearance here in the first quarter. Harder tried the three, no good. Volpe on the rebound, but that's going to be the quarter. I think the clock started late. The official took it into his own hands. That's going to be the quarter. 10-point lead for the Braves after the first. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, beginning with our scoreboard sponsor, and that is, of course, Casella Waste. Casella is always putting your waste to work. Call 585-308-0662 for a quote today. Also, Genesee Community College. Apply for free online at genesee.edu/apply or call 866-CALL-GCC today. Also, Empire Tractor. Check out their website, empiretractor.com, or visit in person right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds. Also, Jessica Best, licensed real estate salesperson at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. You can contact her at 585-409-8734 or at realtorjessbest@gmail.com. Also, Competitive Edge Basketball Spring Training. Contact Josh Harder at 585-233-4004, or you can find them online at competitiveedgebasketball.org. Also, Vonglis Enterprises, LLC, Pete Vonglis. You can contact him at pvonglis@vonglisent.com. You can find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Vonglis Enterprises. Also, RA Heights Company Incorporated, your roofing experts, RAHeights.com. So here we go in the second quarter. This matchup between Avon and Dansville. We'll get our clock reset here momentarily. We'll get that graphic off the screen for you. Just one moment, running a bit behind as we get our advertisements in. Got to make sure we get those in, though. Wouldn't be able to bring you tonight's action without them. I'd like to thank them for their service throughout the year. As Wadsworth, a deep three to open the second quarter. Just what the doctor ordered for Dansville. So it's down to a 7-point Braves advantage. See if Dansville can find a bit of momentum off that three-pointer from Wadsworth. Stroud left wide open in the corner for three. He airballs it, and Coach Moody not happy with one of Avon's shooters being left wide open, and now a foul committed by Hartke. That will pause things for a moment. Mustangs will maintain possession. We have a sub coming on, Azan Sohail coming on for Reed Martin. This is Sohail's first time on the floor tonight. That one thrown away by Wadsworth. Harder into the passing lane, diving after it. Goes another Dansville reserve, Nate Gardner. Nice hustle from Gardner, but it will stay with the Braves due to the possession arrow. So it's still that 7-point lead for the Braves a minute into this second quarter on the Casella Waste scoreboard. Hartke. Nice pass inside to Rowland from the short corner. No good. Volpe on the rebound. Back to Rowland. Couldn't get the left-handed finish. Sohail chasing it down, crashing together with Gardner, and a foul called against the Braves. Here's Gray bringing it up the floor for Dansville. Gets it into Sohail, down the lane, no good. Canfield on the rebound, couldn't find the touch. Volpe with the defensive board for the Braves. Here comes Stroud leading the charge. Stroud coast to coast, no good. Volpe's there for the rebound and the putback. Boy, is Volpe a force inside, both on the boards and offensively, putting it in the rim. And it's led to a 9-point Braves advantage. Quick three tried by Wadsworth. Volpe on the rebound again for Avon. It's about 5 rebounds for Volpe in the early going. Harder spinning down the lane, but he threw it away. Wadsworth comes up with it for the Mustangs. Going quickly over to Gardner, and he traveled in the short corner. Another substitute coming on for Dansville. It's Zayden Van Derm Blackman into the game for the first time tonight. Harder tried to get it inside to Volpe, but Gray cut it off. Sohail able to come up with a loose ball. Now Wadsworth pushes it up to Gray. Gray through the lane. A lot of contact, no call. And a feeble attempt made by Gray. Knocked away into the hands of the Braves, and now Avon will keep it after the ball was knocked out of bounds near the cheerleaders. Volpe on the perimeter, not one to try the three. Stroud will, and he'll knock it down. Rattles in. Trevor Stroud gives Avon a 12-point lead with 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Wadsworth hits the deck. Hartke harassing defense. And a timeout called by the Mustangs. We'll take a quick break here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. All right, we're back for the remaining 4:56 of this second quarter. Dansville, out of the timeout, will have it in the backcourt. It's been all Avon in the early going. Some hot shooting combined with some steady defense has led to a sizable advantage for the Braves. Canfield to Sohail. Tries the fadeaway jumper, no good. Rowland on the rebound. Got to believe coming out of a timeout, you'd like to get the ball into the hands of one of your top scorers. And Sohail, while he puts forth great effort, certainly not one of the top contributors offensively for this Dansville team. And so a missed opportunity there led to a basket for Avon on the other end and increased their lead to 14. The time winding down in the second. Sohail has it again in the post against Volpe. Gray with it now, up top to Wadsworth, who's trying to reset things and find some semblance of offense for this Mustangs unit. Zayden Van Durn Blackman goes to the basket and comes up empty. Rowland with it now, bouncing it into Volpe, outside to Stroud. No good. Stroud had the hot hand, and Sohail came up with a rebound. It was undercut by Rowland. It's his second foul of this first half. Another substitute coming on for Dansville. They've gone about 9 deep in this first half. Reese Dixon into the game now for the Mustangs. Sohail will take a break. Van Durn Blackman lost it in the backfield. Harder took it away, and a timeout is called by Avon. Once again, we'll take a quick break here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. .333 remaining in the second quarter. Hartke into the corner for Volpe. Harder with it now, guarded closely by Wadsworth. Stroud had it knocked away. Gray got a hand on it, but Harder tried the three now. Got it back. Another three from Harder. Around the rim and out. Volpe inside, knocked away off his chest. It goes back to the Mustangs. Wadsworth works it up the floor. Harris on the wing, now into the hands of Gray, guarded closely by Stroud. Canfield inside. That time he finds the touch off the glass, sneaks it in over the rim, and it's down to a 12-point Braves advantage. That breaks an extended drought for Dansville. They hadn't scored in several minutes. Hartke attacking the basket. Wide open lane. No one came over to help. And that leads to an easy finish for Hartke, and it's back to a 14-point lead for the Braves. Dansville's just been a day late and a dollar short thus far, while the Braves have been on top of things. A few droughts offensively for Avon, but their defense has not been lacking at all. Another takeaway for Avon. Harder pushing the pace, coast to coast, through the lane, air ball. Gray comes up with a rebound for Dansville. Harris bouncing it into Canfield. Nice move from Canfield, the one-handed finish over Volpe. So a hot stretch for Canfield has worked Dansville back into the swing of things in the second half of this first half. And a nice rebound there from the Dansville forward. Wadsworth up the floor to Harris. Mustangs need to close this quarter with a solid stretch, and that will continue said stretch as Harris knocks down the triple. It's down to a 9-point deficit. 1:25 remaining in the second quarter. And if you're Dansville going up against such a formidable opponent in the multi-defending champion Avon Braves, if you can enter halftime with less than a 10-point deficit, you have to like where you're at. But Hartke going to the rim and crashing down due to the foul committed by the Mustangs will send him to the line, looking to increase Avon's lead back upwards of double digits with 1:08 remaining in the second. As I said before, Dansville, a sharp team in their own right, 11-5 entering this game against Avon, which is 13-3, but with the championship pedigree that Avon has, You have to believe that Dansville entered this game with a bit of an underdog mindset and entering the game with a 10-point deficit right now with a chance to lessen that over the next 107. Not a terrible position to be in if you're Coach Moody and his group, although that one was knocked out of bounds and a missed opportunity to come up with a defensive rebound off the missed free throw. And the Mustangs give the Braves an extra possession here. The lob into Stroud. Back to Harder, back to Stroud now. High post to Volpe, down the lane. Canfield, good defense, but Volpe was a bit better. Both postmen jockeying for position here as we close the second quarter. Inside a minute to go until halftime. 12-point lead for Avon. Gray, who's been cold in this first quarter, misses the jumper from the free throw line. And Avon, with 7 seconds separating the game clock and the shot clock, will have a chance to improve its lead. This is a big possession for Dansville. They need a stop. Braves being patient. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 17 on the game clock. Stroud off the dribble, pulls up from the wing, no good. Volpe for the offensive rebound, extra possession for the Braves. Harkey through the lane, flailing wildly, out of bounds. And it's called off Dansville. That's a missed call. We'll see if the official gets any help here. He won't. Avon will keep it, but Harkey flailing wildly toward the rim. Let that one go out of bounds, but the official missed it, and it's going to stay with the Braves here. Surprised Coach Moody didn't put up a fight to get that call overturned. It looked like the official up top had a decent look at it, while the official underneath, who made the call, may not have had as good of an angle. Inside to Volpe, no good. It's exactly what the Braves were looking for, but the Mustangs shut the door, and we close the door on this first half. And before we head to halftime with Avon holding a 12-point lead, we'll thank our sponsors here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network, and we'll begin with our scoreboards. Excuse me, Mia telling me that we won't begin with our scoreboard sponsor. We'll begin with Genesee Community College. Genesee, your path. GCC offers 60-plus affordable academic programs and over 120 scholarships for you to begin your next journey. Apply for free online at genesee.edu/apply or call 866-CALL-GCC today. Also, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer, selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Empire Tractor is also proud to sell Dixie Chopper zero-turn mowers, which is the world's fastest mower, and they are now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Check out their website, empiretractor.com, or visit in person right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds. Also, Jessica Best, licensed real estate salesperson for Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, offering a positive attitude and a professional realtor experience. Don't let her smile fool you. Jessica is a force to be reckoned with. Your best friend in real estate. Contact Jessica Best today. Also, Competitive Edge spring basketball training registration is open now. CEB training sessions begin Wednesday, March 8th at Mount Morris Central School. Register at competitiveedgebasketball.org. Any questions, please contact Josh Harder at 585-233-4004. Also, Vonglis Enterprises LLC is a fully insured company that offers free estimates for every job. At Vonglis, they specialize in septic system installation and repairs, along with waterline installation. Check them out on Facebook or call them at 585-471-4240. And lastly, R.A. Heights Company Incorporated is owned by Richard Wendt and is a family business established in 1945. R.A. Heights specializes in residential and commercial roofing, metal roofing, gutters, siding, windows, copperwork, and sheet metal fabrication. So once again, Alex Brasky and Mia Laughlin with you here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. We'll be right back after about an 8-minute break. Southern Tier. I think you're thinking of Peisch. Are you ready? All right, we're back here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. 16 minutes to go, and it's a 12-point lead for Avon at the break. Alex Brasky and Mia Laughlin with you. Before we get started here in the second half, we'd like to thank our sponsors, beginning with our scoreboard sponsor. And that is, of course, Casella Waste. Are you looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster or roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste to check out their great rates on local waste removal. Casella is your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs and is always putting your waste to work. Call 585-308-0662 today for a quote. Also, Genesee Community College. Genesee, your path. GCC offers 60-plus affordable academic programs and over 120 scholarships for you to begin your next journey. Apply for free. It's genesee.edu/apply or call 866-CALL-GCC today. Also, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Empire Tractor is also proud to sell Dixie Chopper zero-turn mowers, which is the world's fastest mower, and they are now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Check out their website, empiretractor.com, or visit in person right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds. Also, Jessica Best, offering a positive attitude and a professional realtor experience. Don't let her smile fool you. She's a force to be reckoned with. Your best friend in real estate, that is Jessica Best. Also, Competitive Edge basketball training. Spring training sessions are now available. Wednesday, March 8th is when they begin at Mount Morris Central School. Register online at competitiveedgebasketball.org. Any questions, please contact Josh Harder at 233-4004. Vonglis Enterprises, LLC, a fully insured company that offers free estimates for every job. At Vonglis, they specialize in septic system installation and repairs along with waterline installation. Check them out on Facebook or call them at 585-471-4240. We'd also like to thank R.A. Heights Company Incorporated, owned by Richard Wendt, a family business established in 1945 at R.A. Heights. They specialize in residential and commercial roofing, metal roofing, gutter siding, windows, copperwork, and sheet metal fabrication. So, Dansville gets things started here in the second half with a bucket from Reed Martin. And the Mustangs are off and trotting, now down by 10 with 7:20 remaining in the third. Great energy being exhibited by Dansville to open this quarter. Wasn't the case necessarily in the first half. Wadsworth, no good from the short corner. Martin had it tipped away by Hartke. Volpe came up with it. Now Harder pushing the pace for the Braves. Rowland inside to Volpe, working against Canfield. A nice defensive stand there from Canfield, but he had it knocked off of him and out of bounds. Nice save there from Volpe. So we'll stay with the Braves underneath. 7:08 remaining here in the third quarter. Remains a 10-point lead for Avon. It was all Avon in that first half. Defense was the story for the Braves, really limiting this Mustangs offense that's scoring about 68 points per game over its past three, as Rowland unable to come up with the layup inside, and he'll head to the line for two shots with 6:55 remaining in the third now. Rowland, 1 for 1. He's been relatively quiet tonight offensively, but able to knock down the free throw there. 2 for 2 for Michael Rowland. Harris leading the break for Dansville into the hands of Wadsworth. Now Canfield in the corner. Martin barrels over Rowland, who takes the charge. So it goes back to the Braves following the offensive foul committed by the Mustangs. And Sohail coming back on for Martin early in this third quarter. Sohail does a great job providing energy and strength inside for Dansville. As you see there, impacted the shot from Harder. And now we're going the other way. An offensive foul called against the Braves and Volpe. Sohail certainly provides a boatload of energy and, as I said before, quite a bit of strength behind his athleticism as well. Sohail near the elbow, lobs it over to Gray on the perimeter, guarded by the smaller Stroud, but he didn't take advantage. Wadsworth working against Hartke. Into the hands of Harris now. Bounces it into Canfield. Turnaround, no good. Gray on the rebound, can't get it to go. Volpe on the rebound. Some missed opportunities inside for Dansville. They've had their chances in the post, just haven't had the touch. Stroud maintaining his pivot foot. Hartke to Volpe now. Volpe back out to Rowland at the top of the key, no good. It would have been a big jumper for Avon as they lead it by 12 here in the third. First few minutes of the third quarter can define a game, and if you're able to take a 15-point lead at that point, it spells trouble for your opponent. Wadsworth into the lane. Hartke, nice defense. And Sohail, nice job working against Volpe on the rebound. And it looked like this foul is going to be called against Volpe, and it is. Two quick fouls called against the Braves forward here in the third quarter, his first two of the game. And you saw Sohail's value right there, creating the extra possession for the Mustangs. Harris has not had much room to work with on the perimeter tonight. Sohail inside. Nice passing from Canfield to find his cutting teammate. Down to a 10-point deficit for the Mustangs. 5 minutes remaining in the third. Volpe along the baseline into the corner for Stroud. No good. Harris on the rebound. Dansville trying to find a bit of momentum here. Wadsworth looked like he traveled. No call. Sohail on the jumper. May have been a bit too quick of a trigger there for the Mustangs. Here comes Harder now down the lane and a foul called. We'll see who this goes against. And it's called against Sohail. It's his first. Harder to the line for two shots. Uncharacteristic miss from the free throw line for Harder. Sohail will take a break, and into the game for Dansville is Reese Dixon. He's seen plenty of action tonight. Another sizable player for this Mustangs unit. Does a nice job boxing out. Had good position there, but Harder able to knock down the free throw. Timeout called by the Braves. We take a quick break here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. 11-point Avon lead with 4:37 remaining in the third. All right, we are back out of the timeout. Dansville will have it, trailing by 11, and Avon puts forth a little bit of pressure here defensively, trying to mix things up against the Mustangs. Big stretch of this game. Dansville trying to work its way back. Wadsworth through the lane, no good. Dixon on the rebound, into the hands of Wadsworth, the second try. And Gray is called for the off-ball foul as Stroud went crashing to the floor. Good sportsmanship shown between both teams' numbers 11 as Gray helps Stroud from the floor. And back to action here with the Braves possessing it. Rowland to Harder on the perimeter. Back to Rowland, guarded closely by Dixon in a reach-in foul, and Dansville unhappy with that call. Dansville has been unhappy with a lot of the calls tonight. Now we have Gang Green mocking the Dansville faithful, which I'm not encouraged, but it was funny. All right, now here's Harder looking into the corner for Harkey, tipped away by Harris. Now Harkey will take it out in front of the Avon bench. Inbounded to Stroud near midcourt. Now Harkey goes crashing down in a travel. Coach Freeze wanted a call there, just flabbergasted with the call. Harris down the lane and finishing on the floater. Harder from the elbow, no good. Wadsworth on the rebound. It's down to a 9-point Mustangs deficit, and over the final 3 minutes of this third quarter, if they could inch closer, boy, would that be big for Dansville. Inside to Gray, who's had a quiet night. Turnaround jumper against the smaller defender in Stroud, and the Mustangs starting to feel it. Coach Moody calls a timeout with 3:06 remaining in the third, and his team trailing by 7, their smallest deficit in quite some time. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, beginning with Casella Waste, also Genesee Community College, Empire Tractor, Jessica Best at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Competitive Edge Basketball Spring Training, Bonglis Enterprises, LLC, and also RA Heights Company Incorporated, your roofing experts, raheights.com, trusted, reliable, professional. Richard Wendt has owned said business for quite some time, fully insured, free estimates available, 128 Cedar Street in Batavia. This one official really likes blowing the whistle, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
I usually ask for a more hard-hitting analysis from Mia, but it's one thing I've noticed tonight. Just one official really provides plenty of emphasis with his whistle, which is encouraged. Let it be known when you're making a call. Don't leave any doubt when you're blowing that whistle if you're an official, and boy, does this official leave no doubt. Gray on the perimeter, 7-point lead for Avon. Gray knocks it down all the way around the rim and in. The Mustangs are within 5. 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Dansville has come charging back. Harder down the lane, and a little bit of a leg whip there from Martin. And something Mia and I discussed off camera, it was interesting to watch Dansville's rotation during that first half. They really played their entire bench. Went about 9 deep. They've continued to filter in subs during this third quarter, but a little less extensively. And we were wondering if that's a result of the way that Dansville performed against Livonia earlier this year, as Gray in transition finishes in a chance at a 3-point play with 2:05 remaining in the third. And just referencing that game against Livonia, Dansville led by 15 points early on and withered away down the stretch, and It appeared as if Coach Moody stuck with his starters a bit extensively during the first half of that game, and it led to some exhaustion down the stretch for the Mustangs. So perhaps a change in strategy here for Dansville, and thus far it's been serving them well. 2:05 remaining in the third. They've cut a once 14-point deficit all the way down to 3, while Avon, which has played largely just 6 players here tonight, starting to show a little bit of exhaustion in its own right. And really, Avon's played just its starting 5. Dalgos has been out there once in a while. And now you see Driscoll, Cale Driscoll, with his warm-up jersey off. But it's really been the top 5 for Avon extensively here tonight. Maybe showing a bit of exhaustion, while Dansville, who's gone a bit deeper into their bench, showing a bit of endurance as the game goes on. And forgive me, it's now down to a 2-point deficit for the Mustangs with 2:01 remaining here in the third quarter on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. We got a ball game here, folks. So here we go on the Casella Way scoreboard, 2:01 remaining in the third. We'll see if Dansville can complete the comeback. Inside, no good. Rebound to Volpe, no good. Another chance for the Braves forward. And this time he gets it to go. Big bucket out of the timeout for Avon. Now here comes Dansville looking to answer the bell. Out of bounds, off the Braves. It will stay with the Mustangs here. Canfield over to Dixon, down the lane, wide open floater, and it's good. Nice elevation, nice finish from Dixon, and it's back down to a 2-point deficit for the Mustangs. Hartke had it knocked away. Volpe is there for the reverse finish. Johnny on the spot. Hudson Volpe. Nice move from Harris to work his way to the rim, but he couldn't finish it. It's been a cold night for Tyler Harris, and you can credit the Avon defense for that. Good game plan from Coach Freeze, limiting one of Dansville's most dangerous scorers here tonight. Gray, who's at a fine third quarter, and he continues to find his way here in the second half. What a finish, and he'll have a chance to make it a 3-point play and cut Dansville's deficit down to 1 with 13.9 remaining in the third. Canfield takes a break. Martin back on for Dansville. Gray unable to complete the 3-point play. Volpe, what a shock on the rebound. And now it's Harder trying his luck from 3. Again, he'll try it and knock it down at the buzzer. Big shot from Josh Harder. Places Avon's lead at 5, entering the fourth quarter. What a game we have going here at Avon High School. Two rivals squaring off it should be a good finish. Mia, your thought?
I think Dansville's really stepping it up. Their defense is pretty strong right now, and they got Avon on the ropes for a second, but we'll see if Avon can hold out.
Mia doing a great job for us as usual on the scoreboard, providing a bit of analysis for you as well. It's been quite the game here, a game of runs, as they say, with Avon leading by 14 at one point, and Dansville trimming the deficit down to as little as 2. So we'll see what's in store for us over the final 8 minutes of play, but I can imagine it's going to be a classic finish here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. Here's Avon beginning the fourth with possession, and a cutting Rowland finishes at the rim. Nice find from Volpe there. Volpe's had quite the game all around here for the Braves, and Dixon chipping in the other end. 4 quick points for Dixon, and they've come in a big spot here for Dansville. Volpe, nice pass to Hartke, tried to give it back to Volpe, but he traveled first. .7:29 remaining in the fourth. Full court pressure put forth by Hartke, but Wadsworth is able to beat him. Off the dribble. Coast to coast, can't finish at the rim. Dixon chases down the rebound. Tries to finish, but it's rejected by Harder. Reese Dixon putting forth an inspiring effort here for Dansville tonight. He's been a big part of the comeback, as has Colin Gray, who had that ball thrown right to him. Not one of Volpe's nicest passes of the evening. Gray tried to bounce it into, I believe, Canfield, but an ill-advised pass there, kicked away, and it's into the hands of the Braves now. Inside 7 minutes remaining in the fourth. They lead it by 5. Stroud down the lane, rejected by Gray. It'll stay with the Braves, though, underneath with 19 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Volpe secures the inbound. Cross court to Hartke. Into the lane. Laying it in is Lee Hartke. Up to a 7-point advantage for the Braves now. Wadsworth beating the sound defense put forth by Hartke. Dixon in the lane, no good. Rowland on the rebound. Lee Hartke has been impressive on defense here tonight for Avon. He has really been one of the catalysts to what's been an overall strong defensive effort by the Braves team. Stroud fading away, knocking it down, and Avon going on a run here to begin the fourth. Dansville needs to stem the tide. And a timeout called by Coach Moody. He'll talk things over with his group. We'll take a quick break here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. All right, and we're back with 5:45 remaining. Mustangs in need of a run here as Avon has gone on a run of its own to start the fourth quarter. Gray with it in the corner. Gets it away to Wadsworth. Steps into the three. No good. Stroud on the rebound for Avon. Harder, what a pass inside to Volpe. It's back to a double-digit lead for Avon. They've withstood the Mustangs' charge and answered right back with a surge of their own. And with 5:09 remaining here in the fourth, it is an 11-point Braves lead. Canfield, no good. Volpe on the rebound. It's been the struggle for Dansville all night long. They've hit extended rough patches on the offensive end, have been unable to find their way out of them, and it's allowed the Braves to go on runs of their own. Stroud inside, and the Braves are beginning to run away with this one. Volpe on the rebound. Harder into the lane, pulls up, no good. Volpe tips it to himself, collects the rebound, but it's knocked away, and now the Mustangs have it. Harris lost it. Wadsworth collected the loose ball. Gray from the wing, good. Big basket for Dansville, 3:45 remaining in the fourth, and Coach Moody calls a timeout. We'd like to thank our sponsors, beginning with Casella Waste. Are you looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster, or roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste and check out their great rates on local waste removal. Casella is your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs and is always putting your waste to work. Call 585-308-0662 for a quote today. Also, Genesee Community College. GCC offers 60-plus affordable academic programs and over 120 scholarships for you to begin your next journey. Apply for free at genesee.edu/apply or call 866-CALL-GCC today. Also, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Empire Tractor is also proud to sell Dixie Chopper zero-turn mowers, which is the world's fastest mower. And they are now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Also, Jessica Best Realty, Berkshire Hathaway Realty, and licensed real estate salesperson Jessica Best, offering a positive attitude and a professional realtor experience. Don't let her smile fool you. Jessica is a force to be reckoned with. Your best friend in real estate, Jessica Best. So 3:45 remaining here in the fourth. It's an 11-point lead for Avon, and they have possession. And the Braves able to work it into the front court against the Mustangs' pressure defense. Bounced into Rowland, right back out to Harder. Volpe appeared to go over the back on Martin, no call, into the hands of the Mustangs nonetheless, and Wadsworth will lead the break. Gray almost traveled but put it on the floor before he came down and then threw it away off the leg of Martin. Braves looking to salt this one away over the final 3 minutes here. Despite that surge for Dansville in the third quarter, it's really been all Avon here tonight. Rowland for three, no good. Harder chasing after the rebound, can't get it. Martin came up with it and outlets it to Wadsworth. Tries a three, misses the rim. Now 2:22 remaining in the fourth. Volpe down the lane, lays it up, no good. Canfield tips it to Wadsworth. Gray from the elbow, no good. Harris on the rebound. Rowland fighting for it. And a foul called against the Mustangs. That will put Avon into the bonus and send Harder to the line for 1-1. Wrestling sectionals tomorrow, Mia. Big day throughout Section 5. Mia's dad was a Section 5 champ. What's his first name? Jason Laughlin, the GOAT. The GOAT Laughlin. I'll be out at maybe one or two different tournaments tomorrow, taking some photos before I head to another commitment in the afternoon, and we'll be watching the finals online. 13 Glow Region wrestlers enter the tournament as #1 seeds in their respective weight classes and respective teams' classifications. So we should see plenty of champions come from the Glow Region this year. That includes 4-time champion Casper Stewart from Batavia, looking for his 5th straight title as a junior. Really unprecedented. 3-ball from Dixon. He knocks it down. Cuts into the deficit. It's down to a 10-point game. Dixon had a fantastic second half here for the Mustangs. But it could be too little too late. Also here at Avon, Ryan Farley, a 2-seed entering the tournament. He's a returning state competitor. And then Wyatt Sartori from Dansville, Wayland, Cohocton, a top seed within his weight class as well. Hartke around the world and knocks down the 2. You haven't seen much shooting from Hartke here tonight, but he can certainly pour it in. And you saw his range there, spotting up and knocking down the jumper. Inside a minute to go. Dansville, desperation time. Gray for 3, no good. Volpe on the rebound. And Dansville commits the foul with 41 seconds remaining, down by 12. Three-ball, no good. Back into the hands of the Mustangs. Wadsworth for 3, again, no good. Stroud on the rebound. And another foul. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors here tonight. Couldn't do it without them. We've been doing it with them all season long. A lot of them return sponsors, some new. We'd like to thank them all the same. Stroud misses the free throw. Here comes Dansville now, 15 seconds remaining. good win for Avon here. Withstood that charge from Dansville in the third, and they'll improve to 14-3, while Dansville will fall to 11-6. So Avon walking away with a 14-point win, 55-41. The Braves are your winners here tonight over the visiting Mustangs. Thank you for joining us on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. Alex Brasky from Laughlin. We'll see you next time.